All right. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, so it is reading. Like, I smell like something. It smells like burning wood. Oh, man, I am so glad. I smart enough to call myself. I was like, shit, who's the last person I called? 17. So we're in. Yeah, I smell it. Wow, something is burning out here. What is that? All right, I put fresh batteries in this thing yesterday. So this thing wasn't supposed to come with batteries. Yeah, that didn't call an ass. Either way, 47 or 58, whichever one, it's over. All right, let's see what we got here. 45. Man, oh, my eyes are, God, they're starting to water. All right, I think I'm out in a bad time. I think I'm gonna make this a short one. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. 9. One, 7. $47. Trying to beat the light. Maybe faster than that. I actually do want to go see what's going on over at this little creek. 49. So when that said 56, it might have been, he might have actually been going 56, yeah. Like this person's coming around, I want to say 32. Yeah, I was close. And then slowed down. I don't know if this thing sets off radar detectors. I would think that it's the LiDAR or some kind of professional thing, not my little rinky-dink $100 thing made for a kid's t-ball. That's why you have to take this with a grain of salt. And then the other problem is there's a little, my angle's a little off, so they talk about the cosine effect. And all that means is on the short leg, the farther you are away from it, the steeper, the more the angle, the greater the angle. The greater the angle, the less of a percentage of the actual speed you're getting. I understand all of that because of trigonometry. I took trigonometry twice, learned all that stuff, took higher maths. I get what they're talking about. If I'm coming at you from an angle of like less than 10 degrees, then the results are going to be highly accurate, over 90%. In the 90s, the 97. Anything over 10% angle, or excuse me, a 10 degree angle, and it's going to be off. So like if I'm doing it at a 45 degree angle, I can be off by, like I said, I'm halfway off. I'm not getting the full intensity. Right now, the angle I'm looking at here, it might be like 7 degrees. As the person comes here, they're from 7 degrees to about 15. So the closer in the inside lane you are to me, the more accurate it is. What I'm saying is, as you get further away from me, as the angle increases, the speeds are going to look slower. Because I'm only getting the percentage of the actual speed. If I'm dead on, that's a 0 degree angle. See, like as I get in the grass here and I stand right here, about anywhere between 3 to 5 degrees off. So these guys are actually going faster than what you see. That one actually might be pretty okay. Even if you're directly in front of the car, like say you're some kind of ghost thing and it phases through you, there's still other things that will knock off the, you can't get 100%. The only way you could get 100% was if you got down on all four, like you got into a prone position and like the car passed over you. Look at that, wow. he was about to go straight through the intersection. The only thing that stopped him was, like I said, there was a lot of cars coming through here, but what, the drunk guy stumbling home? I'm just glad he's not driving. Nope. Just proves something that I've been thinking for a while. Like I said, I need to start trusting my instincts. You know. You've witnessed enough. What time is it? That was around 22:46. So the night started early for some people. You must not have anything planned tomorrow. or he just doesn't care. Trying to figure out what your angle is. Oh, this guy's coming with a head of steam. 49. Probably closer to 50. I keep thinking about the time I was in, or not the time, the multiple times I was in West Dallas, and you got people going down Hampton. Hampton's a goddamn drag strip. I'm just looking at it, I was like, man, these people are 54 lift kit. No, I'm just trying to figure out if there's a holiday going on or something. It's Wednesday. Wednesday, July 22nd. You know, there's still another couple of work days to go. World Cup's over. What else are you thinking about? So like, I think All-Star Weekend already passed. I need to double check that. Like I said, I don't watch any more professional sports because I realized something, and that was most of the people playing them and most of the people watching them who watch them directly, it's for rich people. Poor people are increasingly crowded out of participation in these things. So why do I want to watch rich people having a good time? Between that and all the damn commercials, I was like, you know what? I got better things to do with my time. So I guess I could start watching professional video games, although that's also dominated. Those are people who have the free time and the gaming resources to sit there and play this game all the time. That's why I never watched the Olympics. You got people like, especially the Winter Olympics, you got people who got enough time and money to go to Aspen and the ski slopes. Aspen and the ski slopes, and they just sit there and practice their sport all day, every day. Somebody's paying them to do that 8 to 12 hours a day. It could be the school kids, but they don't go back to school for another 2 weeks. It's not like it's the last week of vacation and then you got to go back to. Maybe he's joined the military. I'm laughing, but this is a working class Hispanic neighborhood, so a great place for military recruiters in the past. Yeah, I don't know, man. Something's going on. Like, I've been coming out here for a while, and Werbo. Yeah, let's take it with us. You know how I feel about glass. Damn. It's nothing but dirt in the bottle. Somebody with expensive tastes. Is Jose Cuervo good tequila? The answer is I don't know. You know, I wasn't gonna pick up anything, but it's like I said, glass. If I can see the glass bottle before it gets broken, I'm taking it to the thing and dumping it. Otherwise, it becomes broken glass that somebody steps into later. That was all off. If people didn't get their trash cans stolen, you know, you'd see people's trash cans sitting out all the time. What is going on? Maybe I'm out here too late. Not maybe, I am out here too late. I didn't plan on starting after 10. I planned on being done by the day, by now, and I thought, okay, you got enough steps, and it's like, no, only 9,000, man. So I'm out here getting a little extra. And what I should have done was I should have stopped off at Park Lane and gone up to Mixon and just kind of came back around. That would have been enough. But just trying to get an idea of how people travel, how fast people travel down here. A little speed survey, informal. I mean, it's so tempting. It's a straight shot, you know? This is what I'm talking about. Well, actually, okay, this was a car. Somebody, and all this stuff got swept up over here. I never thought... No, I did think. I thought, here's what I never thought. I never thought that this little clinic corner would last as long as it did. You see, it's been here, they put a Primacare here back in the 80s. I know, because I had hurt myself, and my parents took me to the Primacare thinking, okay, they've got a place that, you know, they'll fix my kid up, and they said, we don't do that kind of thing here. And so I had to get taken to the ER. Now here's my question, will I be able to... That guy's still driving that truck? That's not the question. The question is, can I get this done on one charge? I hope so. I hope I'm not having to... I think I can get it done on one charge. I don't think it's going to take me that long to whip back around. No, he's not going 65. Is this in kilometers? No, it's just every once in a while this thing needs to be reset. There we go. That's right. 28. Okay. It's an MPH. Okay. Even if it was in kilometers, that's still too high. 32. So what can they do? Take away a lane. Walnut Hill and Marsh definitely need a lane taken away. They need to be 2 lanes. I said, but it's an artery. I was like, yeah, but it's an artery. Uh-oh. Somebody with a straight pipe. It's an artery with traffic problems, multiple school zones, in residential neighborhoods. You can take out one of these lanes and make it a bus and bike lane. It needs to happen. And then narrow the other lanes. Hell, they got enough room. I guess they got enough room for that. I guess I can go ahead and turn this off now. Yeah, it's gonna be an early night. Some poor guy delivering this. Oh man, no, it just doesn't make any sense to me. You come out here and bam, sidewalk just stopped. I guess they dug it up years ago and he said, you can't be walking on these people's lawns. Like, it's not these people's lawn. This is an easement. There's the water line. The weird thing is there's 2 water lines here. I guess, oh, okay. One for this house, and then one for the rest of the little cul-de-sac. That's why it looks like that. Because you'll notice there's no other water meter here. That's weird. This is kind of stuff that makes my ankle feel great. All right. Let's see where the water meter is over here. They don't have one because it's all back there. Oh wait, there it is. Okay. Oh. Ironically, I stepped wrong on the part that had sidewalk that's somewhat level. Yeah, okay, so there's that water meter's for this. This is just crazy because of the way the cul-de-sac's built. And the line's going underneath the street and then it taps out over here. Once again, waxing gibbous. That's Julia Place Groove. And there's the water meter there. And then they put that's the cutoff valve, or that might be for the sprinklers. There's another water meter. Okay, so I think these are the cutoff valves. So I guess the code says that you have to have it right there on the edge of. I mean, it makes sense. Makes it easier for the plumber. So there's another main. So there's no cutoff valve there. Oh, because it's an older house. Okay. Not telling where theirs is. Once again, cut off meter. Here's my question. Did they give them new meters? Now that's, they say this is a weird one. So this is the meter, cut off. I guess the sprinkler cut off. No uniformity to the code. Why would you have a cutoff not on your property? Another meter, but that's an old house, legacy. No, these are the little things that you just like can't let go of anymore. Okay, and there's another one where you got the thing and then the cutoff's right there. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, I know who that is. Small world. All right. So he even hangs out over here. Maybe he's got multiple properties. Well, like I said, you start seeing patterns. A guy that I normally see hanging out over at Larga is over here on, is that Park Lane? I think that was Park Lane. Was that Park Lane? No. No, it wasn't Park Lane because I remember that house. That was, I'll see it, maybe it wasn't Valley Ridge. You know, I don't know what street it was actually. Ah, Jesus Christ. All right. So this is the kind of shit I'm talking about, but at least these are quick. All right, it's Charles Bertha, which means delete it. Okay. All right. Oh, this one's got all sorts of coordinates. It's got a GLN, FLN. All right, well, I know where it is. Let's see what we got here. 569. It's scratched off, but that's 569. Let's see. 7 north, 3 west, 00577. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Okay. You know, maybe I should start. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. There we go. I'll start taking screenshots of these. I wasn't before because you can complain, yes, but it's not worth my time to complain about it. If it's not fixed, I just put in another one. After about the third one, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and take the screenshot, send it into Dallas and say, hey, we put in 3 tickets about this. But I come down here so infrequently that I will never know if that is working again. If I see it, I say something. And that adds 5 more minutes. Nah, probably 2. It just takes me a while to warm back up again. So what's gonna happen? Good question, Strawman. Because it's a sodium light and it probably has done that before, they're gonna replace it with an LED one. Which, in hindsight, if I knew who to talk to, I would ask them. I'd say, hey, I got this light that keeps blinking on and off. I want to report it, but they're going to replace it with an LED light if I do. Can you guys work something out with them? You know, maybe they can get a special adjustment or something where they give them the, they do make warm LEDs. That's still the old sodium light. There's a certain point where they just don't want to replace the ballast, so they just put a... So if I come back through here and there's an LED light, you'll know what happened. You've probably seen me do it already. Do I like the warm glow lights? Before I got my Insta360, I would have said no. But I kind of dig it now. Like I said, the cool thing about that warm light is the low light camera loves it. Like pure video looks at those, and it makes for a beautiful glow on the video when I'm done with it. I can't say enough good things about Insta360. I know they're a Chinese company. I know that maybe some people talk about they spy on you, they're sus, whatever. I just know as far as a tool, it just works. My only gripe is the battery. And I hate that I can't put this thing on 4K 60. 4K 60 makes the difference between you being able to see a license plate at 60 miles an hour versus being able to see it, you know, at 15 miles an hour. I whip my head around so fast and I keep turning, and when it's 4K 60, it catches it. However, in these low light conditions, it doesn't really matter at all. It comes out blurry anyway. Sucks, but that's why I keep using the GoPro, because it's still, for what it lacks as far as GPS and low light setting, filming ability, it more than makes up for it in 4K 60, battery life. That's really it. And really clear pictures in the daytime. I think its daytime footage is better than the Insta360. The Insta360 is a great night vision camera. That's all I can really say about it. Or low light camera. The other thing I like about them, this is a solid mount. And I like that the mounts are universal between their different types of cameras. I just snap it into place, and it's sturdy. It doesn't shake or wobble like the GoPro does. So you're not hearing it, and I don't have image stabilization problems. Everybody's got something they do differently. You know, like I said, nobody's got the entire shebang. Sucks, but it is what it is. I don't know what GGI is going to be like. You know, Louis Rosman talks bad about them because of the fact that they make you you have to connect to their servers in order to get before you can even use their device. I don't remember the Insta360 did that or not. I wanted it to connect to the service because I wanted, like I said, I wanted them to update whatever firmware they had on here, because I don't know what problems it might have had. So when I first got it, I did a firmware update, and then after that, I don't know if it's still talking to home base. I don't have an app. When I edit my stuff in the 360 studio, oh my God, they're selling this house. She wasn't even here that long. Seemed like a nice lady. The cool thing she would do is she would always use like pink lights for different holidays. She especially likes Halloween. But if she's gone, she's gone. I mean, I don't blame her. There's nothing in Dallas to keep people here, you know? You think she's gonna get a good price? No. I think if the market starts to cool and more people start to remotely, there's just nothing to keep people here in Dallas. There's no culture. There's no, like I said, they were talking about that on Next Door. They were saying that what should they put downtown to replace the whale mural? And I say, you know, Dallas lacks any kind of personality or any kind of thing that defines it culturally. So it being painted blue, a blank blue slate, is kind of apropos. I think Dallas is going to become like Detroit. I think it's going to have a hollowed out core full of poor people that just couldn't afford to move. And they're stuck here. And there's a government that's corrupt and run out of money and just starts to fall down and degrade. And I know I have to watch what I say this stuff because I got city people watching this, but the city people know. They agree with me. They're not gonna, they're in here, they're getting their positions. They're gonna try what they can, but when they start realizing that they can't get, like the people who want to get something done, when they can't get anything done, are gonna put this on their resume and then move on. And I don't blame them. I know you get mad and you feel like somebody's abandoning you. I was like, you know what? You want to stop that from happening? How about you up that turnout percentage? Stop having it be 6% all the time. And yeah, I put it on the people who live here. Everybody talks about running off to these other cities, but it's like those other cities are great because people participate. You don't deserve to go to those places if you're not going to contribute. If you don't contribute here, you're not going to contribute over there. You're the problem. Anyway, I'll be here because of family. No. it looks like there's a few things. Like I said, I'm starting to fix a few things. I got a few more years left at work. We'll see how things play out. Now, come the midterm elections, that might change my mind. What is going on with this? Okay, I know where it's coming from. I got an idea. Anytime you see cones, I had talked to the guy. I was on one of my videos after the election. It was just something about being able to talk to a neighbor and realize that the world is not going down in flames quite yet. There are people still out there, random strangers having a conversation. He was telling about wild onions. Did you think it was going to be this bad? My worst prediction hasn't come true yet. I said nukes were going to be involved. And there's still 2 years to go. But I think, so the thing about Trump's presidency is disaster, like disasters we've never seen before befall us. Like, you know, like the CDC and all these people, all these agencies did their job so well and in such a mundane way that they made it look like they weren't doing anything. And then when they start going away, you start noticing, oh shit, you know, this thing that they take care of that we never see behind the scenes, that's unsexy. We need them to take care of it. So mark my words, there's going to be something involving a nuclear blast. Yeah, okay, it's still bad. You know, this kind of stuff that I know what I said. I don't have time to put on another thing on my plate, but I do have time to take photos. This will be, hey, by the way, remember when you took a photo of this? That's what this will be. Let's go ahead and get a GPS lock. I've gotten hooked on this, man. Alright. I don't know who this, I mean, I see why, what's his name? God, what was that guy's name? Omar. I see why Omar would just take pictures. That's a funny thing to think about, that this time, right around this time last year, I was sitting there showing Tim Dickey and Omar the stuff going on over there. I don't know if anybody else has that in their cities where it just kind of feels like you can reach out and touch. I didn't know that you could get close to your elected representatives like that. Like, you bump into them at meetings and stuff and you're like, oh. It's like, rather than complaining right around you, I can complain to your face. All right, cool. Well, here you go. This is the problem I'm having. I guess the reason I say something like that is if you live in LA, I don't know how easy it is for you to be seeing your elected representatives. Next year's elections, a new mayor, and all of the city council seats are up for grabs. I think all of them are up for grabs. So the city manager will still be the city manager. Wait, the city council can fire the city manager. Would they? Probably not. And I'd be shocked if she still sticks around. She was supposed to be a temporary replacement. That always makes me laugh, is the person that comes in the end term, they interview a bunch of people, it doesn't work out, and they say, you know what, you still want the job? That didn't happen with the police chief, with Como. Como came in, and before that it was Ivo. Ivo seemed like a nice guy, but he kind of gave off. All right, somebody's burning something around here. Oh shit. Well, I guess I better call that in. All right. Do you have my GPS lock? I don't know the address, but I'm looking at a fire in a tree. It looks like the power line caught it on fire. Like, yeah, I got a fire foreman in a tree. It looks like a power line that set it off. That's what I don't know. I'm trying to get a GPS lock on. They had it. I'm over here off of Mixon. Come on, Google Maps, help me out. Okay, I'm close to 3808 High Grove. Yeah, I think that's where I'm at. I think it's by 3808 High Grove. Do you have it on file here? I mean, or did you see on the caller ID? I'm sorry, I don't know these things. Yeah, that's it. Something, yeah, it looks like there's probably, like the tree is touching the power lines. It might have been because of the heavy heat we've had, but there is a fire in the tree. And I'm gonna stick around until you guys get here. You'll see me. I'm the guy with the lights, and I'm the weirdo. You've probably seen me before. Did you get a GPS lock on me? Yeah, I see flames. There's flames in the tree. It's gonna flames. Yes, sir, it is. It's a fence. It's a property. No, sir, there's not. I'm standing right by it. Looks like these people are asleep. I don't see any water. I'm in an alley. No power lines down, just one's touching the trees. Yes, sir. Okay. The fire is getting worse. Yes, sir, and the fire is getting bigger. Yes, sir. Ay, Jesus Christ, it's always something. Thought I had smelled smoke earlier. See, this is why I'm always talking about, hey, can you guys take care of the power lines? And they just say, no, we didn't see anything wrong. All day, man. All right, let me call myself. I guess I better put my blinkers on so they can find me. They get here fast. They are not. They don't play. Fire department. I got no problems with DFR, man. Well, that is gonna get worse. He told me not to go near it. That's exactly what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to go in here. Yeah, this kind of cements it. I need to get my ass the proper training, because me walking around here and them treating me like I'm an idiot, you know, I'm like, all right guys, I'm just trying to let you know what's going on. I told them 3880 High Grove is probably not it. I'll tell you one thing though, my air quality meter has definitely paid for itself, because it sensed this way before I did, and it sensed it from 2 blocks over. What time is it? Shit, it's almost midnight. All right. Yep. He's like, you got somewhere you need to be? Yes. And I was kind of hoping to get this done on one charge. I don't know what the point is of, like, they I keep you know, I got GPS lock on, and so it's supposed to tell them where I'm at. And then they sit there and they're like, well, we don't really have that. Do you have an address? And I was like, not really. I should have been calmer about it and just said, look, I'm over it. Well, they got here fast. That's not them. Where's the nearest station? It's down there. They would be coming down Mixon right now. Shit, I probably told them the wrong thing. No, I told them the right thing. This is 3880. This is 3899, and then no, I think I told them the wrong thing. Oh man. Nope, they're there. Hey, you see it?
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yep. Y'all got it from here?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get home. What street? No, I got it wrong. It's 3803. I said 3880. Yeah, good thing they were locked onto my GPS. Well, next time. And there will be a next time. Just calmly get the address. And wait, where was I? Yeah, that's still okay. Oh, that's really gotten thick. Oh, somebody's out there in the bushes. Oh. Nah, if I didn't have such a tight schedule. So Google Maps was wrong. And Google Earth doesn't have addresses listed on the map, and makes perfect sense. They're just there to be a general landmark kind of thing. Wait a minute, that's got a temporary plate on it now? No, no, okay. What's up, girl? That's the guy. Huh. Maybe people are taking vacations here to Dallas. This is like their last. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, that's what it is. 2 weeks before school begins, everybody's coming over here for summer vacation. Because some of my neighbors are going to Mexico. And then they come back for the kids to go to school. And you know, the weird thing is I call in at least one fire a year. I had that weird one. I got that on camera too. It was the whatchamacallit, the apartment. Looks like somebody might have thrown like a cigarette butt or something in there, and it started smoldering. That's the asshole that comes down my street super fast. Yeah, I know, buddy. You got a taste of me before you want another. I got bit by that dog. That was before I knew all the stuff about dangerous dog affidavits and whatnot. right, let's see what we got. Delivery driver. So, I mean, now you see what happens when you let the, why you have to call in power lines touching. You're not trying to be some asshole stickler of the rules. Hey, why, you know, this hasn't happened before, and there's going to be more of that. And I mean, it's a perfect recipe. You've got tons of people with air conditioners on. You got tons of people living in houses together. You got unusually hot weather. There's all the recipe for, let's go ahead and see it. How this one plays out. But you have the perfect recipe for a fire. It's kind of a sad, it's a shame though that they don't have a neighborhood. Well, I mean, they're supposed to have. They're paying all that money. They're not paying, because what do they say? Only 20% of the people are paying the fees. So they had the Midway Hollow Association, and they're supposed to have an off-duty cop that just kind of patrols around, but all they do is drive. Anyway. Let's see what we got here. It is midnight broadcast, signing off.